love this recipe because it is super, super easy. And you can do this again ahead of time. You can freeze it. You can do this with any fruit.
Ooh,
it works.
Peaches come into season.
When peaches come into season, absolutely.
Cherries, if you could get some of those.
Yes.
But I love making crumbles, crisps. They're wonderful ways to really, get some oats or some higher fiber nutrients and ingredients into your diet. And a great way to feature fruit as the main ingredient in your recipes.
So to prepare them, just kind of roughly chop them up. We're gonna add a little bit of vanilla. You can add just like pure vanilla extract if you want. This is a vanilla bean. And I'm just gonna take the pulp out. So I'm just gonna split it down the middle. And if you've never done this before, it's kind of cool. As soon as you split it open, you're gonna see all those little tiny vanilla seeds. So anytime you get that, like that ice cream, that vanilla bean ice cream, you see all those little black little pods in there? French vanilla, exactly. That's because of these seeds. I hope they're real. I don't know.
I hope it's the seeds. It might be a fly if you're outside.
Yeah. If there's one little pod, it's probably not vanilla.
Extra protein.
So what we're gonna do is take the back of the knife on that cut side of the pod and just run it down, and you have your vanilla, and we're gonna put that with our strawberries.
Put a little bit behind your ears.
Yes. The pod itself, although you don't want to eat it, it is incredibly fragrant. I have my cane sugar here, which we use sometimes, and I put the vanilla pod in there, and it flavors the sugar to like a vanilla sugar. You can also do this with salt, and you wouldn't think that vanilla and salt work well together, but it's actually a really nice combination. So take a little bit of salt aside and make it your vanilla salt, and you can use that as like your kind of secret ingredient, and you don't tell anybody. So we have our strawberries, we have a little bit of vanilla, and we're gonna add just a touch of sugar. You can use coconut sugar we've used, which is really good. And you can use honey with this as well. The reason I'm using more of a granulated sugar is because it does something called maceration to the strawberries. It sounds very aggressive, but it's a nice thing. It's a good thing.
Don't do that.
What it's doing is it's starting to extract, and salt will do the same thing, but salt wouldn't taste good in this. But it extracts the juice out of the fruit, out of the strawberries. And what you do is you create this almost natural strawberry syrup, which is natural and it's delicious. So we're gonna put that in here, our strawberries, pack it up to the top. A few strawberries shy on this. And then for the topping, we've done crumbles and crisps in the past, and you can do oats and almonds and pecans and get creative. I'm gonna do a cheat here because it's a lot easier, a lot faster. And we made this actually on the weekend, and we had dessert done in 20 minutes. So we have these are like high fiber oatmeal cookies. It's gonna work. It's gonna have to do for today. So that's gonna go into a bag, and you can just crush it, get something hard, and it's just gonna give it, a really, grab the knife.
There's been a lot of smashing and bashing in today's class between this and the coconut. All right. And
we have those done. And like I said, I mean, if you want something more like just like oats, you can definitely do oats, raw oats with pecans.
I love putting nuts in my crumble.
And we have lots of those recipes again online that you can check out.
ELLICSRkitchen.ca, all of our recipes.
Nice plug.
With videos.
Nice plug. So we have our crushed oatmeal cookies. Typically butter, you can add a little bit of melted butter if you want. A little bit of coconut oil works as well. I'm actually going for the healthier option, not just because it's a healthier option, but extra virgin olive oil, I'm telling you, it works well. I think it works very well. You might not think so. You're gonna try it.
Olive oil and strawberries.
But olive oil and strawberries work very well.
True story.
Together. And you're gonna see where I'm going with this as well as I progress. So I'm adding just about a tablespoon.
Think about your, raspberry vinaigrette type flavor. So
it works.
That's what you're doing here.
And we're gonna mix it up. It's just gonna add that bit of moisture there. And that's gonna go on top. Just kind of press it.
If you still have some frozen rhubarb, you know, that would go great in this recipe. You do your strawberry rhubarb combo.
I'm not actually a fan of the combo, to tell you the truth. I don't like strawberry rhubarb together. I like rhubarb on its own. I like strawberries as is. I want to taste the strawberries on its own. That's just me. So that's it, done. That's going to go into the oven, 350 degrees, so a little bit of lower heat, 350 degrees for about 20 minutes or so. You're going to start to see that strawberry juice start to bubble up along the edges. Kind of like this, and that's it. That's what it's simple, really easy, and packed with strawberries. You know, you get the taste. Packed with
flavor, packed with vitamin C, and all of those antioxidants.
Okay, now last thing.
What would crumble be without a little something something on top?
Yeah, you can add ice cream with this.
Frozen yogurt.
Go for whatever you want.
Whatever you like.
So crumble's done. I'm gonna try something here, and it may or may not work. So I ask for apologies now. We're gonna make a basil ice cream. Basil ice cream, and that's why I did the olive oil, the basil, the strawberries. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. So we're gonna add a little bit of the sugar to this, and this is gonna be the only piece that actually sweetens the dessert itself, or the ice cream itself. We're gonna add basil leaves, fresh basil leaves, dry them, wash them, dry them very well. That's gonna go in. Oh, sorry, a little bit of lemon zest too. I had lemon zest in, I think, every single, or zest in every single recipe today. Just a little bit of lemon zest. No Parmesan cheese, otherwise we'd be making a pesto. And just buzz it up until it breaks down. And what happens is the sugar will actually help to break down the basil. And you'll create
sugary basil.
Yeah,
goodness.
Basil sugar. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can smell it. It's hitting me right now. I got a basil punch to the head. It's fantastic. And this, I mean, you can use a little bit of this to even on top of the dessert. It's fantastic. Basil. And now we're gonna finish off the ice cream. I don't have an ice cream machine.
That was a delayed reaction. Everyone's going, oh, it's arrived. The basil's right here.
We often cheat in the kitchen. So we have our basil sugar there. I froze some yogurt ahead of time. This is just plain Greek yogurt. This is going to be our frozen component. We've done frozen strawberry ice cream here before, and the frozen component was the strawberries. The strawberries are frozen, and that gives you a really nice kind of frozen dessert. I'll call it ice cream, even though it's not technically ice cream. So the frozen yogurt's gonna go in. Again, this may not work.
For the first time before your eyes.
Yes.
We will try to make this work.
This is, now this is low-fat yogurt. I'm not adding cream, so I do want to add a little bit of fat in there. So what I'm adding is ricotta cheese. Again, might sound weird, but the ricotta cheese is going to give it a really nice creaminess. Yes, ricotta cheese. It's going to give it a really nice creaminess. It's going to give you a little bit of that fat that you want, because you want that sort of mouth feel, but it's not heavy like a cream.
Yeah. Yeah, ricotta, you know, even the regular ricotta is a lower fat option. So you're just getting a little bit of fat in there.
It's about half a cup. Okay, and we're gonna buzz it away. What I'm gonna have on hand before we start buzzing, it may not work. You can add just a little bit of milk. I had a little bit of coconut milk left over, and you just need just a little bit of liquid just to get it started up.
Give it some help.
Again, the coconut milk you're not really gonna taste, but you can add almond milk, whatever you want to that. essentially you just want to break up those yogurt chunks. And you can do this technically with ice, and you have more of like a sorbet, almost like a granita style. But the ice will also dilute everything as well. So the yogurt's going to give it that frozen component we need to form it into like a dessert, like an ice cream. And it's going to give you that creaminess as well. Plus you're getting some protein in there and a lot of added benefits. So this is going to spin a bit more. I'm going to work with it. But I'm going to add another piece of the frozen yogurt. And then you can even let it set in the freezer. But right now you can see how it's getting there. It's almost like melted ice cream. But it works. It's gonna taste fantastic. I'm gonna buzz another one of these guys up, and then we're gonna plate it. But other than that, I mean, this is the last recipe, and I want you guys to try it. So we're gonna plate it up. Thank you for coming out.